Welcome back to the Blue Way Talk Show with your hosts, Duane Bluestein and Miss Shelly Marie. What?
Nothing. We're here. We are here.
Oh yeah,
We are back.
we are back. We are back. We are back. Again, sponsors Signal 7, Russ Littlefield with Cimitech Creative Group, Eva Louise with Thrive Public Relations, Doc Jones with 504 602 Magazine, and Derma First Face Body Center. Sponsors. I mean, we have to give sponsor shout outs because
Yeah, they're giving us love, so we're gonna give it right
they
back.
pay our bills. Well,
Well,
we need more people to give us some money.
right. Yeah. Or we would like to promote more business. Can we put a different spin
Yes.
on that? We would like to
Oh,
promote.
are you taking my job?
I'm trying.
Spin?
We need to promote more local businesses.
Yes,
so
we do.
Literally, if you don't have the money, that's fine. We can barter, but you need to speak up. You need to speak up so we can speak about you. Disregard the man behind the machine over here. Okay? There's two of us. We got to vote.
Okay, we
My
got to
vote
vote.
counts. It counts.
Okay. So, segment 2. The first segment that we spoke about was society, and that was kind of a.
Yeah, if you
There's
guys,
more that
there's
you need
so
to add.
more.
Yeah.
There's so more. Like literally, you guys, I apologize for being such a potty mouth and being passionate about what I believe in. And I don't know if you guys, if this comes across that way, and I've been trying to filter it a little bit so I don't offend anybody. But guess what?
You don't care.
I could give two shits.
Right. We don't.
It is what it is.
Each-time that's that. You're going to have to
Yeah.
fix that. So
Sorry.
that segment.
Seriously, you guys want to hear my opinion? I'm gonna give you my opinion.
And we love your
and
opinion.
I'm
We
not
love your
gonna.
opinion.
Yeah.
We love it.
I'm
So,
not-
we are going to go into this. And step parents. Step parents.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Step parents, congratulations.
Yes.
And
Thank you for stepping up to the
stepping
challenge.
up to the challenge and the opportunity. But, we want to talk about this because there's a lot of things that I have questions about. And, again, these are things that people want to ask, but they're afraid to ask.
Right.
And they're afraid to talk about. And, again, a lot of these topics, I go into my sister's shop.
And we.
They be talking about it all the time. So,
Well, I have been a step parent before. I guess divorced, so I have a step child, and it's definitely a challenge.
it's an opportunity.
It's an opportunity
Yes. It is an opportunity. So,
to drink a whole.
a lot more. Drink a lot more because you confused as hell. Because what the hell?
What do you do?
What y'all said that?
Yeah.
That's y'all's rules?
Right.
That's some dumb.
Right, and wait. If you guys, I'm not that big. I'm 5'2.5".
Maybe.
I'm 5'2.5". Measure the tape, and I'm 118 pounds. These kids nowadays, these teenagers, they're is bigger than me. So if we got some
Dang,
problems.
She just added some more beeping. But it's okay. Go ahead.
If we have problems, for me, I'm a little feisty. I can be a little feisty.
What that mean?
Somebody might get dotted in the eye, especially if I
Dotted.
feel like it's an issue.
Confrontational.
It's a confrontational. Exactly. Thank you for that.
Yeah. So should children be forced to call their step parents mom or dad?
That's a negative, ghostwriter.
Negative.
Negative. No.
Look.
Absolutely not.
Okay. I get one. But what if they're younger than 3?
Negative.
Younger than 2?
This is what I will say.
Younger than 2.
It's up to the child. The child has to make a decision
Younger
on
than 2.
if they're comfortable with calling someone dad or mom.
We're saying younger than 2. You can't talk yet. We just barely just getting out of diapers.
So why are we even having this conversation if they can't talk?
No. I'm asking. Here's the deal. The question was: should children call or be
It says
forced
be
to call
forced.
step parents mom or dad?
You cannot force a child to do anything because you're going to build up resentment
Okay.
and anger, period. And if you have two parents that are co-parenting that decided to separate and they get remarried, then that's a whole nother issue. Baby got a daddy, technically. And
What
they're
if daddy
active.
ain't there?
No, I'm saying two parents that are co-parenting.
Okay.
This is the way it should be. Co-parenting, that's a discussion between between the 3 or 4, depending on how many parents are involved, that you guys didn't have that discussion.
3 or 4.
I'm
There's
saying
a
if they
lot of
both parents are
right?
remarried, then you have
You got
have
a
two
whole
sets.
bunch of people
This
involved.
guy right here, y'all about to see me get ugly. But yes, it depends. I think it's up to the child and what they feel comfortable with. If you have a parent that's co-parenting and the dad is still or the mom is still active,
Right.
that's a little weird. You guys need to talk amongst yourself. I personally, have a family member that's actually going through this right now.
Right.
And he found out that his daughter was calling this dude dad, or she said, they told me I need to do this XYZ, and my family members, we shoot first and ask questions later. Especially as an active parent, like, we get territorial,
and I understand that, and
it wasn't in disrespect. It wasn't in disrespect. It was, now we have this life over here, and we have this life over here.
Right.
We have kids over here that are all calling us dad or mom, and you calling me Mr. Johnson. It doesn't really.
Well, for me, I don't want you to call me mom or dad because I want to be your support group, and I would rather go through the primary parent and say, hey, yo, what about this, or what about that? But there's no possible way for them to technically call you mama or daddy because you're not.
Right.
You are the step parent, and what a step parent is doing is fulfilling in the shoes of a new relationship that you're going on a new destiny or a new journey or wherever you're going. So I'm not really into the whole
forced to say
I'm
but that baby's pappy.
But one thing that I do, and the reason I brought up the age group was, if you a baby and you don't know anything else, and you're just crawling,
then that's what
and
you
this
do.
young man has stepped in as you're an infant, as a father figure, and has been there, and I think it's time. I think time will, where the child can say, that's the only person I know. And they say, that's my daddy or anything like that. I'm 100% for that. But I believe that anything over 5, 6
is what?
I don't think they should. I don't think that they should call them mama or daddy. I think that they should just say, hey, this is my, and I think it's a conversation.
You know what? It is definitely a conversation, and this is the key. This is something that needs to be
I am holding up. What? Because I have a Domestic Diva pin. Maybe that's the only plug that we can use because
I don't have my cup.
You don't have your cup.
We're going to go back to Shelly Forgot. So this is why we got
I just had to bring that back to break down the tension in the room. But
yeah, because you saw me about to go sideways.
Yes.
And I'm going to continue to go left.
Yes, please do.
So what I will say, where we at? We're talking about the parenting thing.
Yes.
I think that's a conversation, a dialogue that needs to happen between everybody. Now, if you are in a situation where mom is not anywhere known to be found, or dad, then that adds a different dynamic. Yeah. There's different variables to every situation, and you need to take the initiative to fix it, or to identify it, and then move forward. How are you going to deal with it?
I like that.
Oh, thank you.
I like that. So, should step parents discipline their stepchildren then?
That's an interesting question, and I'm gonna say no.
That was a good question.
That was a good question. Okay. I think everything needs to be facilitated by the biological parent. Period.
Okay.
Period. But I mean, there has to be some rules, because if you let's just for conversation purposes, you take Tyson with you, and all of you guys that are my Facebook friends, y'all saw how Tyson got sideways at the dentist with the boycotting of the mouth for an hour. So you take Tyson with you, and you guys are going about town. If he acts up, I expect that you're going to, I don't know, do something.
Well, okay, and because I've been in positions of being a step parent.
Okay. And how'd that work out for you?
But I still struggle with it. No, as a step parent, I still know how to not discipline a child, but I know what's right from wrong.
Right. It's
the respect factor. Right. So I know how to make sure that, hey, we are going to act this way, or we're going to do this, or if you're acting up and I can't control the situation, we're about to leave. So there's no reason for me to.
Get in the car, let's go.
Yeah. I mean, if you can't handle my directions of what's going on and you're out of control, I'm calling your mama or your daddy and saying, hey, we on our way back, because here's the situation. The screaming and yelling and all that kind of stuff, put your seatbelt on, you'll be all right. We're going to make it there. Right. I mean, I can ignore screaming and yelling for 15, 20, 30, 40 minutes to an hour.
But when they get bigger, like for me, and this is a public service announcement, if you or y'all have one of my kids and they're acting up, I expect for you to kind of handle that situation because they know better. So they're testing you. And that's one thing about step parents. Those kids will test you.
And
it's guaranteed.
I don't mind the testing. But the deal is, if you are being tested, then let's be tested and explain the situation that has happened.
Okay.
So everybody's in the same room and say, okay, here's the deal. This is what you did, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
The choices.
Mommy, you hear, this is what we did. Now, this is how we have addressed it. Now, I want you to speak on it, and then I'll address it the way that I want to speak on it. And then how y'all handle it is how y'all handle it.
Okay, so we're talking about little kids. Now let's talk about teenagers. Because I opened up. He gave us the subject, and I opened up with, I walked into a relationship or a marriage where I was instant mom at 20 years old to a 11-year-old. That 11 turned to 15, and that 15 turned to 17. And I'm already grown, so I'm not getting any bigger.
Right.
It's so regarding teenagers and step parents, it's a whole nother element.
Right. Well, the teenage thing, because I've been in the same situation where you're like, oh, you old, and me trying to change you. But at that time, the biggest thing is to instill values, just to make sure that you know and again, we talked about it last week that some people don't go outside that 5-mile radius, so they don't know better.
Right.
So the only thing that you're trying to do is instill better values. Now the deal is, the parents that have now joined together, the new parents,
the blended family,
they needed to understand who they were bringing into their household. Now, if they were bringing in crazy old Jack into the household, and he comes in like Sergeant Joe trying to act crazy,
SMH.
That's the parents' fault. That's the parents' fault, not the child's fault.
Right. But the children or child, they're affected by that.
Absolutely.
Their lives are completely changed.
Absolutely.
And it could be negatively impacted for the rest of their lives.
Okay.
On that. So
that brings up to the point, should step parents get along with the stepchildren's biological mom and dad?
Absolutely.
They have to coexist.
Absolutely.
As far as what?
Everything. If there's a chance, as long as the kid is alive, they need to coexist. Period. End of story.
And just work together as one.
Work together. Get over your... Bleep this. Get over your bullshit. Right. Whatever your problem is with your mate, y'all ain't together no more. All you have to do is work for the betterment of the child or the children.
Of the babies.
Period. So no matter what that means, if it means you got to journal about it, if you need to go to the shooting range, if you need... That happens. They open one right around the corner. I got a coupon.
I saw you went to the shooting range. Are you got issues? Yes. You got problems?
No, I'm licensed and carrying at all times. But anyways, don't test me, y'all. Don't test me.
So, okay, and I agree with that. But what if the biological parent is not over...
Counseling. You need prayer. You need Jesus. You need a pastor. You need a licensed therapist. You might need some medication. I don't know. But if you can identify that I still have issues. I hate him. He despised me. He cheated. He did. Let it go. And if you can't let it go, you need to seek help. Period. Because at the end of the day, not only are you harboring all these ill feelings, but you're tainting your child's opportunity to have a relationship with both parents and to grow as an individual. And that's selfish.
And well, the great thing about it is some kids benefit from having multiple.
Oh, right. 2 Christmases?
Oh, well, now stop it.
I'm saying I didn't get Christmas. Having 2 of them, I'm like, ooh, child.
But
no, okay.
The whole ordeal is to be able to learn from a different perspective how things are being played out. And for me, I didn't have... Growing up, it was me, my mama. Everybody know how much I love my mama.
I know.
Me, my mama, and my sister. So there was no step parent or anybody else came in because mama wasn't allowing that. But as for me, I've been a step parent and I understand what it takes to kind of jump in and say, hey, this is what I can help you with. Mm-hmm. This is how we can grow together as a team. Because that's what you are. You're becoming a new team, and players get traded to new teams all the time, and they have to acclimate who they are and then kind of jump in and say, hey, we're going to run with this. So the whole step parent thing, for those that are out there, congratulations. Yay. Great job. I support you. I hope everything works out for you.
Be honest, be real.
Just be honest, be real, and there's going to be hard times, and the kids are going to grow. So We're going to go to a new subject on the next segment of relationships. You're on the Blue Way Talk Show with Duane Bluestein and Shelly Marie.